District Court Judge Esther Salas knows about the threats to judges all too well. Her beloved son, Daniel, was murdered at their home by a gunman who was targeting her. And Judge Salas joins us exclusively this morning. Always a pleasure to be in your presence.
Same here.
Our audience really responds to what you say. And you want to honor Daniel. And you've been doing it by fighting for the protection of judges and their families. What goes through your mind when you see that attack in Las Vegas?
I got to tell you, when I saw it at first, my heart started racing, and I just immediately thought about the judge and the people around her and what she must be feeling. And immediately, my mission, my goal, our goal at the Administrative Office of the Courts as well, is to ensure that all judges are safe. And Robin, there are 30,000 state and local judges that need protecting, and this is an example.
And it seems like we're seeing it more and more. The judge in one of Donald Trump's cases alleged swatting attack. And then you had another judge who was actually killed by a judge who was presiding over his divorce case. And even Supreme Court justices are being threatened.
I mean, Judge Wilkinson died outside his home in October of last year. We had Judge Romer in June of 2022, a retired judge who defended he sentenced years earlier, came back to, even the score here. Judges are being singled out and attacked, and we need to protect judges. Our Attorney General just said last week, we've seen a spike in now attacks against the judiciary, and an alarming spike. So what do we have to do? It's speeding up, right? It's not slowing down, so we have to speed up protections.
And you have been doing that. Daniel's Law, last time we spoke, you were trying to make Daniel's Law a federal case and going before Congress. It passed. It passed. So talk a little bit more about Daniel's Law and what more can be done.
I mean, listen, the Daniel Anderl Act is great. It's a solid step in the right direction, but it protects federal judges. We need to focus on all judges at every level, state, local judges. There are over 30,000 of them. There's so many states and U.S. territories that don't have any laws protecting judicial officers. We need to change that. State by state, we need to approach it. Maryland is the start. Wisconsin, where Judge Romer was. We need to pass laws in these states to protect all judges. Our democracy, counts on judicial officers feeling safe to do our jobs. We need to be free of fear of retribution, retaliation, or death, and that is not a hyperbole. No. I know it firsthand.
You do know it firsthand. What you went through, it's been 3.5 years now since your beloved son, Daniel. Your husband, Mark, was seriously injured. How are you both doing now?
Thanks be to God and our faith and the love from so many people like you. We are strong, but we know work remains to be done. And so we're not going to stop. We're not going to stop talking about Daniel. We're not going to stop showing his face. We're not going to stop talking about the need to protect judges, because Daniel's counting on that, and the American public is counting on that. So we need to make sure that we protect the judges and our democracy.
Let's talk about love is light.
Love is light.
Love is light. Tell people what you mean by that.
I came up with when we first sat down, hate is heavy. You feel it. Love is light. And so since that day, that has been my mantra, trying to just spread love, trying to just exude it if I can.
And you have a scholarship under your son's name.
6 fully endowed scholarships since our son's murder. 6. And because people care, people want to make sure that we take care of one another. I think we've forgotten the love of humanity and civility, and Love is Light reminds us of that. It reminds us of that.
It's not just your passion, it's your compassion. And so, Judge Esther Salas, thank you always for making the time to be with us. Our best to you, and please give my best to Mark as well.
And he says hello. If I didn't say he said hello, he'd be mad at me. Thank you for having me, and thank you for doing this story.
You're very welcome.